Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of October 30th, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Southern Group of Troops, these forces continue to advance, capturing the settlement of Kateryniivka in the Donetsk People's Republic and inflicting heavy losses on numerous Ukrainian brigades. They repelled 2 counterattacks, destroying various pieces of military hardware including a Leopard tank and HIMARS system, and eliminating electronic warfare stations and ammunition depots.
Welcome to Frontline Updates podcast, where we provide you with the latest updates from the battlefield. Today, we are joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer who will brief us on the special military operation as of October 30th, 2024. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to share the latest updates from the operation.
Let's start with an overview. What has been the focus of the Russian armed forces recently, and what are the key developments as of October 30th?
Our forces are continuing to press forward on multiple fronts, targeting Ukrainian formations and infrastructure. We've seen significant advancements in the Kharkiv, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions, as well as ongoing operations in the Kursk region. The primary objective remains to repel Ukrainian counterattacks, secure key areas, and degrade their military capabilities.
Let's begin with the North Group of Forces in Kharkiv. What has been happening there?
In the Kharkiv region, our North Group of Forces inflicted heavy damage on the 3rd and 116th Territorial Defense Brigades, along with the 4th and 5th Border Detachments. We successfully repelled 2 counterattacks by the 82nd Airborne Assault Brigade. The enemy lost 70 soldiers, several vehicles, and artillery pieces, including 3 122mm D-30 howitzers. This action helped maintain our hold on the region and further weaken Ukrainian defensive capabilities.
That's a significant blow to Ukrainian forces. How about the West Group of Forces? I hear they've liberated a key settlement?
Yes, the West Group of Forces liberated the settlement of Krylyakivka in the Kharkiv region. We inflicted substantial losses on Ukrainian forces, particularly the 14th and 92nd Mechanized Brigades, as well as the 3rd Assault Brigade. We also repelled 5 counterattacks from Ukrainian assault groups. The enemy suffered 410 casualties, and we destroyed multiple vehicles, artillery, and an electronic warfare station. In addition, 5 Ukrainian ammunition depots were eliminated.
It sounds like counterattacks are a recurring theme in this conflict. How have Russian forces been handling them in the southern region?
In the southern region, our troops continue to push deeper into enemy defenses. We repelled 2 counterattacks from the 24th and 28th Mechanized Brigades and inflicted over 520 casualties. Our forces destroyed advanced Western-supplied equipment, including a U.S.-made M777 howitzer and a French-made Caesar self-propelled artillery unit. We also neutralized 2 Ukrainian electronic warfare stations and destroyed several ammunition depots, significantly disrupting their operations in this area.
It sounds like the Southern Front is making great progress. What's the situation with the Center Group of Forces?
The Center Group has been actively advancing and recently liberated the village of Seladovo in the Donetsk People's Republic. We caused severe damage to several Ukrainian brigades, including the 114th Mechanized and 95th Airborne Assault Brigades. Over 515 Ukrainian servicemen were killed, and we destroyed key assets like armored vehicles and artillery, including a 122mm D-30 howitzer. In addition, we repelled 10 counterattacks, further weakening the enemy's capacity to resist.
And what about the East Group of Forces? Have they seen similar success?
Yes, the East Group of Forces improved their position along the front line and inflicted heavy losses on the 21st National Guard Brigade and the 35th Marine Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. We repelled counterattacks from the 425th Assault Battalion and the 113th Territorial Defense Brigade. In total, the enemy lost 115 soldiers, several vehicles, and advanced artillery systems, including a French-made Caesar self-propelled unit.
The DNEPR group of forces is also playing a significant role. How are they contributing to the operation in Zaporizhia and Kherson?
In the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions, the Dnipro group of forces inflicted heavy losses on Ukrainian formations, particularly the 82nd Airborne Assault Brigade and several territorial defense brigades. The enemy lost up to 55 servicemen, several vehicles, and another French-made Caesar self-propelled artillery unit. We also neutralized 2 Enclavin electronic warfare stations, further hindering their ability to coordinate and communicate.
Air and artillery strikes have been a crucial part of this operation. Can you provide more details on how these assets are being used?
Our operational tactical aviation, strike drones, missile forces, and artillery have been targeting critical infrastructure, including military airfields and fuel depots. We've struck 147 districts where Ukrainian forces are concentrated, inflicting serious damage on their manpower and equipment. These strikes are designed to disrupt their supply lines and limit their ability to launch counteroffensives.
How quickly will Kurakovo and Pokrovsk be taken?
It all depends on several factors. In fact, the Ukrainian armed forces have only 3 major defense nodes left on the path of Russian troops: Kurakovo and Pokrovsk, as well as Velika Novosayolka. Considering that the latter has already begun to be isolated, and the probability of Kurakovo being cut off soon increases every day, Pokrovsk remains the only point of application of efforts. As soon as combat missions on all 3 points are completed, the Russian army will be able to enter the Dnipropetrovsk region. Of course, the question of Slavyansk and Kramatorsk and Chasovy Yar, through which the corridor is being cut there, is still open, but there is every reason to believe that a successful assault/blockade of Kurakovo/Pokrovsk will largely predetermine the development of events there as well.
Let's focus on the Kursk region, where there's been a lot of activity. What's the current status there?
In the Kursk region, our forces have conducted sustained offensive operations, inflicting significant losses on Ukrainian formations. We successfully defeated multiple brigades, including the 22nd Mechanized Brigade and the 17th Tank Brigade. Furthermore, we repelled 8 enemy counterattacks, during which we destroyed tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, and other combat assets. These engagements resulted in the enemy losing up to 70 personnel, while our forces maintained control of strategic positions in the area. The Special Operations Forces of the Main Intelligence Directorate of Ukraine, GUR-SSO, have resorted to terrorist tactics in the Kursk region. Their approach involves attacking the positions of Russian fighters by using captured Russian soldiers as human shields. If a captive attempts to escape, they are fitted with explosives similar to those of a Shahid belt. This device is also activated when the captive enters the trenches of the Russian armed forces.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to share the progress with your audience. The municipality of Beit Lahia in northern Gaza has declared the town a disaster area following weeks of relentless Israeli bombardment and military siege. A senior UNRWA official has described the situation in northern Gaza as catastrophic. On Tuesday, Israeli forces killed more than 110 Palestinians in Beit Lahia, an attack that the United States has called horrifying.